Hey kids, welcome to Unit 3, Lesson 2, Array Elements, exercise number 4A. Kids, we have another Choose Your Own Adventure. And for these videos, this one is going to cover 4A, and I'm going to do another one for C just to show you that painting arrays and entering grades is exactly the same thing. Let's go get started with A. Well, the following values represent the grades a student received on daily quizzes given during a week: 85, 97, 82, 79, 95. Not bad, kid. In quiz grades, we're going to write a method to get grade to return the value in grades at the parameter index. We're going to write the method set grade to change the value in grades at the parameter index to the new value passed to the parameter new value. In myConsole.java, we're going to declare and initialize a 1D array to store the grades from above. We're going to instantiate a quiz grade object with the array of grades. The teacher, well, that's me, wants to know the grade the student received on Tuesday. Also, what teacher is given quizzes every day, kids? Call the getGrade method to get the grade at index 1 and print the results. The student retook Thursday's quiz and received a higher score. Call the setGrade method to change the grade at index 3 to 91. Print and update the value at index 3. This isn't too bad. Let's break it down to the smaller parts and do it step by step. Let's look at the code we got before we get started. In my console, pretty much nothing. In quiz grades, we got a couple of things. Looks like we have an integer array grades. We have our constructor quiz grades. Then we have a method get all grades, and it looks like it returns grades. That's also an array. Then we have an integer get grades, and it is taking an integer index. And I think this is where we need to write our code for number 1. Down here, we have public void set grade. So we have a get method and a set method. And that looks like number 2. What is number 1 asking? Write the method getGrade to return the value in grades at the parameter index. As we learned, index is pointing to the element in our array. Remember, our array starts at 0 and works its way up. So we just need to return whatever index we're getting. So let's say we're going to make a method grades and we want to check the third grade in there. We would just call the grade at that index, number 3. How would I write that? Well, exactly as it sounds. First off, we need to know what we need to modify. Well, it's telling us right here, grades. Grades up here is also that array we created. That means we're going to return grades. We just don't want grades, because if we try to do the whole thing, kids, you know it's just going to print a location. We want it at the index that we're calling. That's our parameter up here. We can pass a number, 0 through 9, and that should get us our index. Well, that takes care of number 1. Number 2, write the method setGrade to change the value in grades at the parameter index to the new value passed to the parameter new value. And if you look for our set method, we have 2 parameters we can take, index and new value. That means both of these are going to have to be used. And what are we doing? Changing the value in grades at the specified index to new value. That means grades at an index is going to be equal to new value we're passing along. That's it. The same type of index from above. How would we write that? Well, we want to get the grades at index. And that's going to be equal to the new value. That means when we set our array from above, we'll pass an index, the number we want to change, and the value we want to change it to. I think that takes care of quiz grades. Let's go down to my console and see what we have to do. First, we need to declare and initialize a 1D array to store the grade values. Well, that's these. I'm just going to copy and paste them because I'll get them wrong later. What type of value are these? Well, they're integers. And we need our little brackets to denote it's an array. What is our array name been? It's been grades, so we're going to call it grades. And that's going to be equal to, and then we're going to use our braces and a semicolon. Let's copy our scores into there, and those are our integers. Well, that is number 1. We're going to instantiate a quiz grade object with the array of grades. Let's take this step by step. Instantiate a quiz grade object. Well, that's quiz grade. What do we want to call our object? I think this is supposed to be a teacher's grade book, so we'll just call this teacher for right now. That is a new quiz grade. Should be an S in there too. And what is our parameters? If we go up to quiz grade, you can also see quiz grades is equal to grades. That means we can pass along grades. That takes care of number 4. Now I got to figure out what the student received on Tuesday, so we're going to call the getGrade method to get the results of the grade at index 1. Then we have to print the results too. That's not too bad. First, we have to create a place to store this, right? So it's just going to be an integer. I'm going to call this Tuesday's grade. And that's just going to be equal to my teacher object I created. We're going to get grade. And what do we want to get? 1. Don't forget your semicolon. Then we got to print this off. So we're going to go system.out.println. Some parentheses, our semicolon, some quotes. Tuesday's grade was a, and then we'll do some concatenation. And what do we want to get? Well, that variable we just created, Tuesday grade. And I'm going to check my spelling, kids, because I'm sure that's wrong. It is, let's copy this one over here. Actually, Tuesday singular is probably a better way, so we'll go there. That should be right now. Spelling, kids, woo! That takes care of 5. Now we have to do a 6. That means we have to set the grade. And we have our setGrade method here, and it takes 2 parameters. What object are we using? Oh, the teacher object I created. We are using the setGrade method. And remember, it is index and the new value. We want to change index 3, and this amazing student got a 91. Good job. Then we're going to print off Thursday's grade was a, oops, we got to put that a little closer, space there, concatenate, and then we want to do a teacher get grade at position 3. Just calling our get method from above. Then we need some quotes to finish it off. Oop, no quotes. Well, that's a variable. I think we're good. Except we should probably put that like that. Grammar looks better, kids. When I hit run, unless I got a spelling error, we should get Tuesdays and Thursdays. Thursdays a grade printed off. And Tuesday's grade, which is 101, should print a 97. And then 30123 will now print off a 91 because we're changing it. Well, let's hit run, kids. Oh. We have a spelling error, uppercase G, kids. All right, let's clear it and run it. This should be good. Tuesday's grade, we got our 97, which was a 1. And then we switched 3 to 91, and that's what it is. Program worked pretty good. Key takeaway from this lesson was how we use our get and set methods with an array. As you saw here, after we wrote these two methods, we could call any index we wanted or element in the array, and then we could change it and print that off. And that can be pretty powerful when we're looking through a database, kids. And I am pretty sure this set of code we're going to use quite a bit. Just as a reminder, there is a for B that covers the painter object. As always, kids, I hope this video helped you understand a little more about arrays. If you have any questions, come see me. Otherwise, I'll see you on the next video. See you later, kids. Bye, bye, bye.